streaming. Right. Hopefully this is going to work, because I'm not having the best of days with this. Yeah, looks like so far we're fine. Right, hello everyone, I'm Iron Phoenix and welcome to Snowrunner. This is my backup stream, considering the first game I tried to do, which was going to be some Fallout 4 sim settlements. Really did not want to. It did not want to stream. YouTube Studio just kept cutting out. I don't know. So, I have played this before. I don't think I've played this on the stream before, but I wanted to start fresh. I just wanted to start utterly fresh, have a save for this game. That is cutting out again. And it shouldn't be. No? Maybe not. We'll see. We will see how well this goes. Right. Anyway. So, yeah, I just wanted a fresh save that I can use for streaming, basically. And so, we start in... Yes, I know. Unfortunately, it's going to tell me all the useful information. So this is Snowrunner. This is based off Mudrunner, which was in turn made by the same person that made Spin Tires. However, the coder behind Spin Tires had a falling out with the publisher. Quite a fairly major falling out. The publisher may owe them some money, and there seemed to be a lot of weird contractual obligations. So, anyway, the long story short, the guy left after leaving all sorts of fun things in the code for Spin Tires in case he didn't actually get paid, yeah, now's now we have Snowrunner, which is and there's another one coming out soon, which seems to bring back one thing that is actually missing from Snowrunner, which is the water depth. So this is a game about off-road driving, basically, and the idea is that you move your vehicles from A to B and do quests along the way. It's quite a nice. It's a nice. It's a nice iteration from Mudrunner, which was just literally, hey, drive places and deliver logs. This is a little bit more complicated. So we are heading up towards this watchtower. Now, watchtowers will give us will open this up for us. We can obviously go there, and the map will sort of the fog wall will be revealed, but the watchtower will reveal these things an awful lot more efficiently. And at the moment we're just in this little Chevy, but there are bigger trucks later on doing all sorts of weird and wonderful things. And you may think, well, why is this called Snowrunner? There is no snow. There will be. Not on this map. This is mostly mud. This is baby's first map. Yeah, reading terrain. Yeah, don't just necessarily go straight through. I think we can probably do that. Obviously, we don't want to hit the barriers because that's going to damage our truck. Yeah, there's a whole truck damage system in this, and winches and all sorts of fun things. Plus, the water is going to have a little bit of a current as well. So fast-flowing rivers can actually start pushing you or even push you over. So, things to watch out for. Now I can stop here for fuel. Refueling is free. So you can stop there and just get some more fuel. Right, so the watchtower is up here. A convenient road here, so I suspect that's the way we want to go. There is also an upgrading system. You find upgrades in the wilderness. Obviously, we don't want to go through that really deep boggy bit. It's best if we can get around. So I'm just dropping into low range and pulling it around. All-wheel drive on or off. All-wheel drive on, obviously, uses more fuel, but all-wheel drive is better for boggy bits. And there's diff locks as well, which do a thing, but we'll get there. Right. Watchtower opened. Right. So we need to. Yes, I know all this. We need to get to this truck here. It's a GMC. Yeah, it's generally not great. There's also loads of DLC. Some of which I don't think I've done. I think there's some new stuff, but maybe once we've got probably maybe next stream we might go to a new location. This is just sort of the tutorial area. Right, we now need to go. So we're here at the moment. It's going to be best if we just go this way, I think. So we can plan on the map, and then we get these nice big waypoints for us to follow. The more waypoints, the more sort of direction we get, but it's fine. This one's not too bad. Ooh, that one could be quite catastrophic. I was going a bit too fast there. It's fine. Oh, yep, as it says, damage. Don't damage the vehicle. Vehicle damage is bad because the more damaged your vehicle becomes, the more it's going to malfunction. And certainly, if you do something dumb like puncture a fuel tank, all your fuel vanishes. So yeah, not a good idea to do any of that. Once we get a garage, it's going to be a little bit easier. And there is our first truck. And it's a highway truck as well. Roads are rare in this game. But we can just change the truck over. Oh, for goodness sake, no. Sometimes it does this. There we go. So this is the truck. It is a fully on-road truck. That's the contracts. Our bridge. So I need to get materials from the town storage, which is up here, down to the old bridge, down there. Most of it is on the road, but not all of it. I do have to do a bit of a boggy bit to get down there. And while that other truck had all-wheel drive, this doesn't. This is front-wheel drive only. I believe this is front-wheel drive. Oh, might be rear-wheel drive. Anyway, it's not all-wheel drive. And I've also got no diff locks. And I suspect those are very much road tyres. So, yeah. It's also, ground clearance is also a thing, of which this has none. So, yeah, it's very much a truck that's designed for driving on nice, smooth roads. So yeah, that's basically Snowrunner in a nutshell. This is, as I said, this is your first map. It's designed to be nice and easy. A little bit of mud, maybe some deep bits, but not too bad. Other maps are, even if you do have an area with no snow, you might have an area with an entire river pouring through it. That's fun, because the river, as I said before, you get a little bit of current. And, yeah. Fun stuff starts happening. Right, I need to go in here and get some metal beams. And there's little supply drops around as well, which be very useful if you need something and just want to grab a whole bunch of it. 2 ways of loading cranes, just like that, or you can also load it from manually using cranes. There's a whole bunch of different like beds and all sorts of things you can put on the back of these trucks, fuel tanks. You can basically build trucks to do very specific roles. So when you're dealing with a big heavy load, like I can't remember if there's one on this map or if it might be the next map, you have to get a drilling rig from one side of the map to the other, and it is terrifying because you're running this massive load, like properly huge load, along the side of a cliff, basically. And you're having to do very wide turns and all sorts, and even things like reversing those things can be an utter pain. So yeah, this game challenges you. It's what I consider to be the Dark Souls of driving games. Though unlike Dark Souls, I think it's fairer. It is a very fair game in that it gives you all the tools that you need to do the job, unlike Dark Souls 3 that insists you have a controller plugged in even when you don't have a controller plugged in. No, this game basically says, do you want to use keyboard? Yeah, sure, use keyboard, it's fine. I expect, having a digital throttle would be a lot smoother than having whatever, the sort of, it would give a lot more control, basically, having the trigger rather than just the keyboard. But yeah, it's fine. I grew up with driving games like this. You press W and you leave it there. Right, cargo management. We get a nice bridge animation. There's a lot of building bridges in this game. Next up, we need to get wooden planks. Now, how do we get wooden planks? Well, I suspect... Oh, no, we just need to go to the lumber mill. Oh, excellent. That's not bad. Okay. Let's go down to the lumber mill. In fact, because I'm atrocious at doing directions, that would be my route of choice. However, I strongly suspect it's probably going to throw us to a river or something, but... Got no image now on YouTube. My internet's being weird. It's probably the storms, to be fair. We've been getting quite a lot of storms in the UK recently, and big ones. Like storms that would, just turn like railways into canals. That sort of level of storms. So wouldn't be surprised if there's something going on there. But yeah, other things to complain about. Well, actually, the reason why I ended up streaming this, I was going to take a day off streaming, but I just wanted, to shoot some things in Battlefield, because I picked up Battlefield, the latest one, was it 2042, because it's cheap. It was $7.99. I thought, yeah, why not? I want to see what the Battlefield games have become. And I was sort of enjoying it to a degree, but I felt that DICE have kind of forgotten what Battlefield games are or were. Things like Operation Metro, where you'd have these very sort of tight-in experiences, and it would be, very visceral gameplay. Bullets flying over your head, grenades going off constantly. I think I might just be able to pick up that cargo. Be really nice to get one of them. And there's 2 planks in there all ready to go. But yeah, so but there's just nobody playing it. This is the most up-to-date version of Battlefield, and there's nobody playing it. I tried so many games, and even when you did get anywhere close to getting into a game, it's just a case of, well, no, is the answer. I am going to winch. It doesn't exactly tell you that you can do this, but you can do this. You just pull, and then it's rear wheel drive. This is. Yes, I know I can use the winch to pull myself out. In fact, for goodness sake. So this tutorial is, if you know what you're doing, this tutorial is a bit of a pain, because it's just like, here's all the things that you already know that you can do. There we go, got it. I think maybe. Remember, you can use your gearbox all-wheel drive. You've given me a road truck. It's going to be a little bit tricky to get out of here. Yeah, no, it's just a real shame, really, that Battlefield just doesn't have anybody playing it. So you can't really get those big visceral experiences if you can't even get into a game. And even when you do get into a game, past a certain time, most of the players just end up being AI anyway, and it's no challenge against AI, because they walk out and they get shot. And then they walk into exactly the same place and they just stand there and they get shot. So, yeah, it's a shame to see Battlefield just kind of being treated this way, where it's a seasonal game. You know, first Battlefield 3, I think it took them 12 years to make it from Battlefield 2. And you could see it. You know, in Battlefield 3, you could see that they'd actually put so much time and effort into making that game the finest experience that they could possibly make. And then Battlefield 4 rolled back an awful lot of tech from Battlefield 3 because consoles couldn't run it. You know, it became a console game. And Battlefield 2042 is not a bad game. It's just that some of the environments are way too big. They're just not fun to play. In those big areas, they've got no cover. Real lack of cover. And that's what makes a Battlefield game great. You know, being in cover with your team, shooting at the other guys, and they're shooting back, and it's just bullets and debris and flecks of concrete and everything. Just a cacophony of chaos. You know, Operation Metro, that is Battlefield in some respects. And it's just a bit of a shame to see what's happened to it, really. But anyway, I couldn't get into a game. It's Sunday afternoon and I wasn't able to get into a game of Battlefield. I think that's quite telling as to how that game is going. But, you know, that seems to be EA in a nutshell these days. Be interesting to see what happens if Disney decide to buy them, because that's popped up at some point. Disney are in their own troubles at the moment, so it's not too surprising that they would be interested in buying up a game studio, because their films aren't making anything. Alright, let's go down here and drop off the wooden planks. Oh god. Oh, yeah, that was bad. Don't think I've dented tyre, but I definitely did. I thought it said I did tyre damage, but I've also done suspension damage. So that's not good either. But we have now got a bridge. Don't think it wants anything else. I am rank 2. Now I have to find the garage. Now the garage is down here. Looks like I can go. That looks dodgy, but we'll give it a go. I'll take the trailer with me for the moment. If I find a trailer store, I can throw it in there, and I'll get a bit of money back for it. Oh, wait, there are signs to the garage. I'm going to follow the signs to the garage. That would be a good idea. However, I have the sneaking suspicion this road is not easy to go through. So I'm going to do the Top Gear method of going as fast as possible through the mud so I don't get bogged down. That normally never works, but we'll see. Yeah, it's this bit here that gets boggy, and if you don't get it right or get around it, you get bogged down. However, not as boggy as that bit, or in fact that bit. In fact, I think there might be. Yeah, there's a car right in the middle of that field. I remember that field well because I was going into it with a DLC truck and still having trouble. This game does not pull its punches. You really do have to be prepared with this game. You know, it's don't think, oh, I've got a truck, I can go there. No. Make sure that you're actually prepared to go into a potentially sort of troublesome area. Never entirely trust this game. It's, it will punish you for you thinking that you're better than it. Which again, you know, it's not like Dark Souls on that. Dark Souls will just punish you no matter what. This will punish you for... It will reward you for doing good things, doing everything right. But it's quite merciless as well. But it's all fair. And here is the garage. Oh yes, and we've got the... I like this truck. This truck's good. Alright, there's an upgrade for that truck. And I believe we also have... Oh god. I've got... yep, accept. Yep, fine. I believe there is a place where I can drop this off. There. Just because I think I might need to drag that one in. But we'll see. There's all sorts of little trucks here. We've got a truck that's got a couple of steel beams on it. Can't remember what those other two are, but yeah. Okay, try to store. Yes, I know how this all works. I've got a sideboard trailer on me. Let's sell that. Right. So this is the highway truck. That is an off-road truck. With all its wheels flat, but once we get it into the garage, it will be very, very good. Just drag it around. Change truck. Okay. Right, so this is the Fleet Star, and yes, I know. Yes, I know. Yeah. I wanted to do. What I wanted to do was change my truck over, but it won't let me do it. It's fine. Customize. Right. I can't do much with this truck at the moment. What I can do is, I think I've got the all-wheel drive for this. Diff lock. It doesn't have a diff lock, but it does have. Let's sell that one. It's only 1,000. You can also customize it a little bit if you've got the cash and the I'm going to do. Let's get a new fender on that. And I think you can, and yeah, and we can also paint it up a bit. Which is free. Just, oh wait, what does it want me to do now? Please travel to Alaska. Before we do anything else, we have to go to Alaska quickly. So we can show to the game that oh, I didn't actually retain it. Hang on. Yes, okay. Global map. I need to nip back to Michigan. No, for goodness sake. I wanted to go to my GMC, so we can move that to the garage. We then retain it. We then go to the global map, go to Alaska, go to the garage. This is basically just a tutorial on how you move trucks from one map to the other. You go to the truck storage, select truck and deploy. And then you leave the garage and you are now in Alaska. I'm very tempted to go to a different place now. Yeah, let's. I'm gonna pack all my trucks up. We should be able to get new trucks in British Columbia, and we're gonna go down to British Columbia, check out some of the new stuff with trucks that are really not suited for this. So this could be a little entertaining. Global map, Michigan, Chevy. I will move. Just you can do a move to garage. So this is, I don't have to drive there. I can just recover to the garage and that and that and that and retain that. And so there's a lot of stuff. This one is troublesome in a fun way. That one was kind of entertaining. This one, it's done. Yeah, we can. Let's go to British Columbia. It's going to be quite challenging. Right, truck storage. No, don't select deploy. Deploy. Truck storage deploy, and truck storage deploy. Right, okay, so I have 3 trucks which are not suited for this environment whatsoever. But we're going to see what happens, basically. Road ruined, ruined by the flood. Deliver to these 2 points. Flood. Who dare? Yeah, this is gonna be fun. Right, so I need to get over to the service hub first, which looks like I can go down this area here. My other option would be to take the Chevy and see if we can get up to that watchtower there. It's probably the better idea, so I'll move this forwards. See if I can do anything with this Chevy. I doubt it. can't put I can put all-terrain tyres on it, which is probably the best idea. Autonomous scout, yes, please. I can't afford it. We're dealing with floods. I will at least get myself a snorkel. No, I'm not doing any multiplayer, I'm afraid. Especially not with my internet being weird. Right. Reverse. So, yeah, no, I've not done this map before. So, this is going to be rather interesting. Watchtower, hopefully, up here somewhere. Okay, we're going to need to go up this way. Those rocks look fun. And then hopefully be around there. That is a quest. I can't get up to that watchtower until I clear these rocks. What are they going to ask for? Let's see. So the task zone. Yes, I know what a task zone is. If I can get up there. Rocks are the bane of my life. Right. So you need concrete slabs and service spare parts. Right, I can only get it from up there. Right, we need to get down there. So let's clear this. Go. Maybe. Nice little bit of frame stutter there. Unfortunately, I don't. So because I'm obviously starting this, I don't have my collar or anything like that. My absolutely beastly trucks. So I don't know. Just be a fun little challenge to do this over some time. You know, almost like oh god, who was it? It was the Menu True Nerd thing they did, where they went into Alaska with no upgrades, using two of those no, it was one of the highway vehicles, the Fleet Star off-road vehicle with no upgrades on it, and DLC vehicle, and it's just like they were just getting stuck everywhere. Right, so over here, and just make your own road, pretty much. See what I mean with it. So in Mudrunner, you used to be able to see little pips to see how deep this water is. I don't know is the answer. How deep this river is. So just go in slowly. This is why I snorkeled this vehicle. It gives little hints like the fact that we've got these little rocks here and there, but there are some where it's just like, you go in and just vanish. Truck's just gone, and you think, that wasn't quite as shallow as I thought it might have been. Right, let's drop it into low, and yes, I know. The game is trying to be very helpful at the moment when I don't really need it to be. Right, Let's try this way. Getting some rather annoying frame hitching from the game at the moment. Yes, I know about tunnels as well. Thank you, game. Thank you for telling me about tunnels when I'm currently crossing a river to get up to that location there. Now that looks deep. Like really deep. Because that's a dock. Oh, that's meant to be a tunnel, is it? Okay. Right. We'll go this way. Because I strongly suspect that if I went there, I would never see this Chevy again. So just creeping through. I will use the ramp, but just keep close to the shore. And I can see the ramp under the water, so I don't think it's that deep actually. Things I don't need to be told about right now, recovery function being one of them. Come on, up you go, and there you go. Woot. I do feel like suddenly when you get the bigger trucks in this game, it gets a bit easy. There's some trucks where it's just like, yeah, I'm just using this truck for everything now. Yes, I can actually load stuff into this truck. There's a Western Star there. Hold on. Hello, truck. I don't know how good you are, but if you let me... Yep. Oh, yes. And we get some... Yes, let's see what you're like. Right, so that is a highway vehicle. Right. I wonder. No, that's not a Ford. That's a ferry. Right, okay, that's a ferry, not a Ford. I need to see if there's another bridge up around here. Let's try that way. I'm going to take this vehicle, this bigger truck, and have a bit of an explore up this road. Where are we at? 20 minutes. At least we know where the fuel station is. It's not too far from the garage. There's a bridge here, which is apparently intact. Oh, yeah, and because it is getting dark, I will skip the time to 6, which you can just do. Just to, you know, it's, you know, the dark is fine. But, you know, you can see in the dark because you got lights, but it still can be quite dark. Let's just winch up here. And I see an obstacle. That is going to be a bridge that's out. We're going to need to repair that. There we go. And what do you want to fix this bridge? Planks, wooden planks, right. Where do we get these wooden planks? Over here, the sawmill. I need 3 of them. See what we can see. Is that an actual? I don't. There's some things in this game where it's just like, yeah, this looks like an actual truck, but it isn't. No, that isn't an actual trailer. It's a prop. Right, so see if we can find the way up. Oh, there's also levels in this where you have black ice to deal with as well, so you have to have you know, make sure you've got your snow chains on, and yeah, it's there's a lovely little bit of there's a lot of very sort of there's a lot of attention to detail in this. You know, this is very obvious. You know, a guy that wants to make a really sort of fun off-roading game and then added to it. And that ain't bad. It's a game that does one thing really well. And probably should be more popular than it is. I don't know how popular these sort of games are, to be fair. Certainly more popular, I imagine, than Battlefield 2042. Because that just got nobody playing it. It's very sad to see an online game just not have any following. I suspect Fallout 76 has got more players than Battlefield 2042. Battlefield and Fallout 76 is a free weekend going on at the moment as well, just to help bolster player numbers even further. I think also they've got a big update coming out soon. Right, this isn't actually that difficult to get to. The challenging part will be doing this 3 times. Well, I say 3 times. I can get there and back. That's not a problem. Just wondering. The Fleet Star could definitely do it. Especially if there's a road up here. This is going to be my exploration stream, I think, just to kind of get a little bit of a head on exactly what's going on this map. Oh, dangerous water level, and I've just dinged my engine and got stuck immediately. This truck is really good once you've upgraded it, but I've not got any upgrades on this thing. So, yeah. And rocks are my absolute nemesis. The mud, you know, mud's bad enough, but the rocks are far worse. Yes, this one does actually have diff locks. So, let's drop it into low range, drop the diffs. So the diff lock, as I understand it, so the way that a wheel normally works is that it will only put power down onto the wheel that's on the ground if it's in. But the diff lock makes all the wheels turn at the same rate. So even if they've got an ounce of grip, they can contribute to the whole. I believe that's how it works. So you're locking the differential, so it's just running with some help from a little bit of awkward pulling. I can think. You've got to be a bit careful because some trees aren't entirely stable, so you can actually pull them down if you don't connect to a tree. So something like that tree, or that stump, isn't going anywhere, whereas smaller trees can be pulled down. But they can still be used to just kind of give yourself a bit of a chalk up. This particular route would be a nightmare though to run heavy loads on. But I think part of the problem is that I think I'm stuck on a rock. There we go. Yep, a couple of rocks were just under the chassis. Okay, and on we go upwards. Stick into automatic, and that. So diff locks on this particular truck can only be used with low range. Not all trucks are like that. And now diff locks go back in again. Yep, there's 2 rocks underneath my chassis. And sort of snake up, and winching time again up onto that one. Sometimes it's even just enough to kind of rock yourself, pull yourself with the winch to kind of unstick your wheels. I'm right on top of a true route, aren't I? There we go. Now we go. And I think we're good. For the moment, we seem to be fine. We are coming up to what looks like a ford, or rather a place where a bridge was but is no longer there. So this could be... I don't think... It doesn't look that deep from what I can see from up here. Dinged my engine a few more times because ground clearance is nil on this thing. Oh, there's a house out there. Nice view of this kind of gloomy day, but you know, it's still quite a nice view. Right. In there, and and there's a watchtower up there as well. Oh, that was a really easy ford. I was slightly worried that my truck was just going to vanish there, but it was about as smooth as one of the roads would have been. Now I'm stuck again. Alright, so where am I specifically? Right, so I'm kind of heading up this road here. There's a watchtower here. I'm hoping that there's a bridge further up, you see. I strongly suspect the game's going to say, hey, yeah, there will be a bridge there, but you've got to build it first. Because that's what this game does. God. Come on. Move forwards. Lock diffs. Consume as much fuel as possible. The game also does have some little truck facts that it likes to throw up, and I don't know how true they are, but I do like the one about how the truck was basically invented to allow somebody to move their boat. Yes, because that's kind of what humans do. It's like, oh, I've got this really weird problem. You know, I really need to move my boat somewhere. Okay, I'm just going to invent something brand new that the world has never seen before. It's like how the dishwasher was invented by somebody who built flamethrowers in World War One. The Livens Gallery flamethrower was a World War One invention, and was recreated by Time Team. There's a video on it online, and it is nightmarish. And then he, comes home from World War One and proceeds to invent the front-loading dishwasher, which was not a success at the time. It was manual, it wasn't electronic. But an awful lot of what we now know is sort of for front-loading dishwashers, he put in that original invention. I don't think he got any credit for it when the dishwasher was finally properly invented much later. So, when World War II broke out, he, true to type, he ended up joining basically the flamethrower division of the British Army to develop flamethrowers for World War II. But yeah, it's just people invent the weirdest sort of things, just on a whim, almost. Right, and up we go to this. Ding my engine again. This ground clearance is appalling, but I am also probably driving a little bit too quick for this road, so it's kind of on me. No bridge though is what I'm immediately seeing. There is really no bridge here, which could be a bit of a problem. Let's have a look. Yeah, this is a really wide river. There could be something really impressive, but this kind of just feels like an estuary, really. Sorry, just stretching my back. This feels like an estuary, really. So, I'm going to flip back to this Chevy, and I'm going to grab a cargo of... Oh, that can only be manually loaded. I need a crane to get these planks on. From this sawmill, anyway. I'm going to at least drive up to this watchtower and... Error occurred. Please try again later. Oh, great. Just refresh this page. Playback is being really weird with me at the moment. The internet's working, which is weird. So, it's just kind of... I don't know if it's an issue on YouTube's end, or wouldn't surprise me, considering I was surprised by them fiddling around with the UI again, the creator UI. YouTube putting all their effort into trying to make sure that the UI designers have something to do by constantly changing the UI. And probably, having big, long meetings about how the UI is going to change very subtly. Rather than making sure their platform is running well. Yeah, I go over this bridge, and it might just be that I have to make some detours. So I might be able to go around over this bridge to get to where I need to go. But over the bridge, so where I'm heading for now is the watchtower on the other side of the destroyed bridge. Because if I can reveal that, I might be able to get some upgrades for that truck that I unlocked. Is my hope. And obviously by doing missions is how I'm going to get the cash so that I can actually start upgrading some of these vehicles. Right. Parts of this that's actually been lost. Yeah, I think this must be an issue on YouTube's end, because my game has also just vanished. It does it all the time. Thank you. I don't know why it does that. That, you know, if you're streaming a game on YouTube, if I'm doing regular streams of a game, what I don't want is for the game to keep resetting to nothing, because it just sort of makes sense not to. It doesn't reset the tags or anything, just the game. It's weird. Right. Oh, great. Now I'm stuck on a rock. Let's wriggle off there. So this is the other side of that bridge, so I can bypass this bridge, but it means going down a rather dodgy road. Yes. Anyway, we are at the... where we're at. I don't know. YouTube's just doing its thing. Right, so we've got no upgrades. Mission for a rock slide. And yes. Well, I think this is the point where I vacate for the moment. Next week will probably be more Snowrunner, maybe on Saturday. Maybe YouTube will actually start behaving for me then. But it's being a bit of a pain tonight. So I'm going to go, and yeah, well, we'll see what happens here. But with that, I will say thank you very much for watching, and I will